Welcome to 5 Minutes in the Word, a daily devotional in the Word of God.
So Logan, I cannot tell you how many people that I run into who feel like they're so bad that there's no way that God's going to want anything to do with them. Does the singer of Israel deal with something like that?
He does actually, and in Psalm 38 we see that. Psalm 38 verse 1 really is a call way back to Psalm chapter 6, in that the phrase, "O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me with your wrath," it seems like it's a direct quotation, like taken out of Psalm 6 and placed here as well.
Okay.
And that really sets the tone for the entire chapter is, "O Lord, do not forsake me," in your anger especially. Verse 2 says, "For your arrows have sunk into me, and your hand has come down upon me." To me, I would say that perhaps the psalmist here has maybe sinned. I don't know for sure. Maybe he has sinned, but he acknowledges that sin. But he's so early on in that acknowledgement that he hasn't necessarily repented of it yet. He understands that he sins, and he understands that God knows that he did. But God's presence kind of seems like the psalmist is, I guess, in modern terms, saying, "I'm deeply hurt because of what I've done."
Yeah.
In verses 2 through 8, kind of bring forth this idea a little bit more, and that the overall summary of these verses would say, "Your hand is pressed upon me. Your presence is upon me." In chapter 32 or Psalm 32, we see a little bit about that as well. That we covered that previously. Skipping on down to verse 9, we see there's kind of a transition here in the psalm, in that, yes, I have sinned, but my true desire, O God, is to be before you. Verse 9, "O Lord, all my longing is before you. My sighing is not hidden from you. My heart throbs, my strength fails me, and the light of my eyes, it has also gone from me. My friends and companions stand aloof from my plague, and my nearest kin stand far off. Those who seek my life lay their snares. Those who seek my hurt speak of ruin and meditate treachery all day long. But I am like a deaf man. I do not hear, like a mute who does not open his mouth. I have become like a man who does not hear, in whose mouth there are no rebukes." All of these setbacks that the psalmist seems to have gone through, he's recognizing the fact that it seems as if everyone is out to get me. But he knows that it's not the case. He's tried so hard to be like a deaf man and not hear all of their drudgery words.
Oh, yeah.
Become like a mute man and not lower himself to that level by perhaps engaging with them via conversing or whatnot. He's become like a man who does not hear, nor a man who rebukes. That all of those setbacks they didn't come between the psalmist and God. And in verse 14 is the kicker of that. Skipping down to verse 15 now. We saw just recently that 9 through 14 is the psalmist's desire to be before God. And the proof of that, it starts in verse 15 when he says, "I place my hope in you." Verse 15, "But for you, O Lord, do I wait? It is you, O Lord my God, who will answer. I put my hope in you. I know that you're going to answer me when I call. For I said, let them not rejoice over me who boast against me when my foot slips. For I am ready to fall, and my pain is ever before me. I confess my iniquity. I am sorry for my sin. But my foes are vigorous, they are mighty, and many are those who hate me wrongfully. And those who render me evil for good accuse me because I follow after good." Though it seems as if the psalmist is all by himself. And that's kind of a frightening thing at first, but in reality he's not all by himself, because he has God, and he's placed his hope in God, in that he will always answer. And then as we close here in verse 21 and 22, "Do not forsake me, O God. O my God, be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord, my salvation." Again, this kind of echoing the very beginning of the psalm here. "Do not forsake me. Remember me. Though I have sinned, I want to come back to you."
So I love that. I think what I'm getting out of that is, okay, you've sinned. Okay, yeah, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
But if you'll acknowledge it, then God is there to be your help and save you.